This is Fox 31 Now.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on Fox 31 Now. I'm Alex Rose. We've been streaming on Fox 31 Now throughout this pinpoint weather alert day. Our crews are live right now on the roads. So again, if you're watching at KDVR.com, on the Fox 31 app, or on our Facebook page, thank you for tuning in. I know a lot of you folks were telling us yesterday, where's all the snow? It's right there on your screen. So we're going to be getting Chief Meteorologist Dave Frazier up in a moment, hopefully to answer some of your questions about what the rest of the timing looks like for this storm. The main question now that a lot of folks have is not, when is this snow going to come? It's now, when will this snow end? So let's just, again, take a live look at the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast that is going around the roads. You can see just how the roads have deteriorated over the past 24 hours. I mean, again, we didn't see a whole lot of snowfall here in the Denver metro area until the sun really set, and a lot of folks were surprised to see how much snow we woke up to this morning. Give me a quick second because I'm going to punch in a couple of things to see if I can go ahead and get our weather computer up and running. Here we go. Again, for you folks who are new to this concept of Fox 31 Now, we've been running it out of our TV operation for the past couple hours. We've been streaming on Fox 31 Now since 1 o'clock this afternoon. But now it's just me and you guys. And I'm here in our new streaming studio. And so I am punching the controls. I am doing my best to communicate with our crews who are out in the field live to bring you live coverage of anything that we can get to show you the impact of this snow, this massive snowstorm. You can see there the March snow totals that we have around the metro. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can plug in a couple of different things. Please stand by. Let's see here. Just going back to the Weather Beast real quick so I can show you the impact on the roads. I'm hoping to get Dave Frazier. Oh, there's Courtney Fromm right now. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can call Courtney and go ahead and get her on real quick on Fox 31 Now and see if Courtney could do a quick hit for us. Just stand by real quick. I'm going to go ahead and call Dave Frazier, actually, folks, and see if we can get him to answer some of your snow questions, hopefully as soon as possible. And I'm getting Dave Frazier on the line just in a quick second here. He is easily the busiest man in the building today when it comes to all of our preparation throughout the day. So Dave is just about to get ready. Dave, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Dave, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, Dave?
I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our Chief Meteorologist, Dave Frazier, live right now on Fox 31 Now. Thank you, folks, for bearing with us. I was just telling folks on our stream, Dave, that you're the busiest guy in the building these days.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the busiest guys in Colorado because everybody wants to know what's going on. And the story right now is, when is the snow going to end, not when is it going to start. So, Dave, what are we looking at in terms of timing for the rest of this evening?
Probably around midnight to 2 a.m., Alex, is what we're thinking right now, just looking at Futurecast. I'll show it to you here in just a second. We're looking at everything kind of drying from north to south across the area. So let me show you. You're looking at the satellite and radar right now. You can clearly see the center of low pressure set up right where we thought it would be in the sweet spot out there, and it's sitting right down in here. Well, that's not the right graphic, but that's where it was expected to be, and you can see it spinning there in the southeast corner of the state. So as we zoom in now, we're going to show you the blizzard warning that continues. It's the area in red up and down I-25. Basically, it goes from about Colorado Springs through Castle Rock, up towards Denver, and then all the way to Fort Collins. This goes until midnight tonight. You may have heard your phone going off a little bit, showing you that chance for the the possibility of blizzard conditions. We know that. There's still lightning out there on the eastern plains. And here's a closer view of the satellite and radar. We still got, Alex, all these bands coming in. We're seeing some letting up in few areas, but I don't want to use the word that we're done. We've still got to get to midnight, and it's only 4 o'clock. So we still got potentially, 6 to 8 hours still to go before we finally see kind of it loosen its grip on us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am just getting into Facebook Live so I can take a look at some of your questions. Dolly Ann, thank you for tuning in, along with Tina Martinez, who says, DIA is done, everything is canceled. No surprises there. We've had Ashley Michaels over at the airport pretty much this entire day to look at the conditions. So Dave, I'm curious because we were talking about how this storm could rank when we're talking about historically, and I know that we just got some numbers in that means that this storm scratches top 10 when we're talking about Denver. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the last report we had from the airport was around 12:30 this afternoon. Obviously, that's where they officially measure. That's the number that goes into the record books. The city itself will have different numbers downtown as opposed to what they get out at the airport. Although I will tell you, the airport has had some very impressive snow bands out there that increased their snow. Even late last night, while downtown Denver was still kind of in a melting snow and a little bit of accumulation on the grassy areas, the airport had already reported in 4.5 inches of snow out there. So they were kind of on the eastern edge. They were kind of meeting the snow as it came in, and they've continued to do that. So again, at 12:30 this afternoon, 19.1 inches, 19.3 or higher gets us on that top 10 list. If we can get above 20.7 inches, we'd move up to position 9 on the list. And if we can get above 22 inches, we'd move up to position 8. So it gives some perspective to this being one for the record book, so to speak. There was conversations at times before this storm came in the middle of the week that it could be historic. We wanted to hold off until we got into the storm. I actually told some people, well, let's not call it historic yet. It didn't happen. We got to wait. That's the nature of the word, right? We have to wait and see what history tells us once the story's done. But we're there. So this could easily make it under the top 10 list, going back to 1881, since records were kept in Denver, that this is the most snow from a snowstorm that we've seen.
Now, Dave, we got a lot of viewers tuning in and asking questions again. Dave mentioned earlier when we brought him on that we're anticipating that the storm is going, or the snow may let up around midnight or a little after midnight tonight. Now, Dave, one of the questions and I know that if you need to get pulled into our other studio because we've got Fox 31 is in NASCAR right now, so Dave has also been juggling and managing those cut-ins for us. How desperately do we need this moisture right now? Because we've been in a drought here and had a historic record-breaking wildfire season over the summer. So how big is this for us as a state?
This will go a long way to helping reduce the drought and the stress on the state. And again, a good chunk of the state is getting good moisture. While it's been rain and thunderstorms on the eastern plains, it's still good moisture out there, 2-3 inches, if not more, of rain in liquid form, as opposed to the wet, heavy snow we're getting back here. In 2003, the blizzard that came that a lot of people have been talking about, that one was 31.8 inches. So we're not going to get there. But that one was after several years of bad drought and wildfires that raged in 2001 and in 2002. And so that one was a drought buster where we wiped the drought out. I don't think this is going to wipe the drought out because there's so much of the state that is stressed right now, but it will go a long way in reducing us, maybe taking us from the severe end of the drought structure and putting us on the lower end. And of course, we still have the rest of March, so additional snow coming. We still have April and May, spring months, snow months in April. And so if we can keep nipping away at it, maybe by the time we get to the growing season and get into summer, that maybe the drought will be reduced. And if we can lose it altogether, that'd be great.
A lot of folks, chiming in on Facebook right now. I do want to try to sneak in one last question for you, Dave, unless you get yanked. I know that we have officially decided to declare tomorrow as a pinpoint weather alert day. And so can you just kind of explain the thinking behind that? Because obviously the snow is expected to stop tomorrow, but the impact of this storm will still be there tomorrow, especially for folks in their morning commute.
Right. So I just switched over to our Futurecast. That's 2 o'clock. Let me run this forward because it's a couple hours behind. Let me get up to 4 o'clock. So here we are at 4 o'clock. Notice the hole up there near Fort Collins.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beginning signs of some drier air starting to move in. You can see the wind flow is out of the north. So from Denver down to Castle Rock, you're going to scoop up several more inches of snow. I'll show that to you in just a second. The east side of town from the airport to Parker will also get some snow. So will Keensburg and Bennett. Now, as we go later into the evening, watch what happens as more and more dry air comes in. Here we go to midnight. And most of the snow now has rotated onto the eastern plains, while we still have some snow on the east side of Denver. But look at the northern front range. So what you're going to see is some of the heavier snow is going to transition from north to south and also start to inch to the east so that it pulls away from the foothills, pulls away from Denver and the front range. And then I think around 2 o'clock in the morning, that's 2 a.m. right there, we're pretty much done. Accumulation is over, snow is lifting out. And not only that, but we go into tomorrow morning and check it out. The sun is starting to peek out. So you would think, well, why would we have an alert day if the weather is improving? We decided, we had a conversation about it. It made sense to leave the alert day out, and our crews tomorrow morning, and we're going to be on the air at 4 o'clock instead of 4:30. Our crews tomorrow morning will focus on the roads and everything else that we need out there. And so you're going to have a slow go through the morning hours until conditions improve.
Absolutely. Now, Dave, I know that we, are trying to veer away from snow totals in this thing because we are, right in the thick of it. But a lot of folks asking about Estes Park and Fort Collins. I know that you and I have kind of talked about that throughout the course of this week as some of the places for the potential for the most snow. So any way that we could get kind of an update on what those places are looking like right now and what they'll see, I guess, from this point until the end of this storm.
So I just threw up the additional snowfall map. This is basically if you went outside right now and scraped everything down to nothing, this is how much more snow you're going to get. And again, you can see the sweet spot in that deeper blue across Metro Denver down to Parker and Castle Rock. And that has to do with the northerly wind is going to push some of the better snow their way for, at least another 6.5 hours. And so you're looking at 3 to 6 inches of additional accumulation. Notice the numbers to the top are starting to drop off, like in Fort Collins and Greeley. So we have Matt Morrow up in Estes Park. He told us he thinks they got about 27 inches, 24 inches, a little lower than the expectations up there of 30 inches. But you can probably measure in different parts of Estes Park and find slightly deeper totals. I'm not saying that it's there, but that was it. We haven't gotten a report from Estes Park, officially, so I can't really say that. We did get a report from Conifer. They were at 27 inches in climbing.
Oh, wow.
We know Genesee was close to 30-plus inches in climbing. And so, you're going to see those close to 3 feet reports coming in the foothills, which was in the range we thought, anywhere from 2 to 3 feet, with some places 4 feet or higher. We'll see if we get to the 4 feet or higher. But the front range and I-25 did very well. The overall expectation was 1 to 2 feet, and everything's fitting well beyond that 1 foot, and in some places going to push the 2 foot.
Now, I've been monitoring a lot of our first responders on Twitter. Aurora Police in particular are certainly out there. And first responders across the board, really, folks, are urging you to not be on the roads at this point if you already are. But can we just focus in and pinpoint a little bit of Metro Denver? What are the sticky spots right now?
Well, I'll pull up our traffic map here, and you can see it's sticky just about everywhere out there. I know. I'm watching our Facebook feed. There's 5 foot drifts teeing up in Fort Collins, 5 foot drifts. Not surprising with the wind and the heavy snow up there. Kevin Torres, our reporter, has been up there all weekend long. So you're looking at the traffic flow map right now. Interstate 70 east of the metro is closed out into all the way to Kansas. I-25 on the south is closed. I-70 on the west is closed. 285 and most of the metro roads, I-25 and I-70 through the city, are not closed. But look at the speeds here. Green is okay, but you probably don't have a lot of cars on the road. And then where there are cars on the road, they are traveling at much reduced speed and going very, very slow, as we can see from our crews out in the field, monitoring theirs as well. I think you can see the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast there. You might have that source back there, Alex. I think Courtney Fromm is out there, and she's traveling around, and the roads are just not great at all.
Yeah, and you know, Dave, I got to tell you, one of our producers just walked into the room here. Davey is wondering if we can grab you over for your cut-in, so I'm going to go ahead and
Oh,
let
good.
you go.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're running back and forth and you know, just trying to keep everybody informed, which we certainly appreciate on a day like today. So we'll hope to get Dave back later, but again, busiest guy in the building on a day like today, Dave Frazier, coming into Fox 31
Thanks,
now.
Alex.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, so this is a live look at the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast. I'm hoping to get Courtney Fromm on here next, but I got to give her a call first, folks. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right up, and give me one quick second.
Hello,
You ready?
I am ready.
Oh, yep. And where are you guys right now?
I-70 eastbound, just past.
Oh, okay, I see where you are. All right. All right, folks, thank you so much for bearing with me real quick. Like I said, here on Fox 31 Now, I am pulling all the levers here in our new digital studio. I just touched base with Courtney real quick. You saw her pop up on your screen there for just a second. She is in the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast, where it looks like you're in for a bumpy ride right now, Courtney. So you're just passing the Coliseum. Looks like you're on I-70 eastbound. Tell us a little bit about what the past 10 minutes have been like. I know that you guys were on the west side of the metro and obviously heading east, but what are the roads like in your experience?
Well, Alex, we are rocking and rolling, and it is bumpy. It feels like, I was kind of describing earlier, it almost feels like you're kind of ATVing on the side of a mountain. That just shows how heavy and strong this snow is that is accumulating on the roads here. If you're taking a look, we are heading on I-70 east. We're just passing the Purina plant that's out here, but you can see there are a few people. It's a little better visibility there. For a while, the visibility was very, very low and hard to see just a couple of feet in front of you. We are heading out right now. I'm going to take a look on the back camera as well. Give me 1 second. Let me flip us around. But you can see the roads. They're just a mess right now, and the best advice for people is just stay home. Do not leave unless it's an emergency. But slick, slushy, people are off on the sides. We haven't seen anybody in the last few minutes, but there were other parts. We saw people trying to go down on exit ramps, and they slid into the ditch in that area, or trying to go up, and they're stuck. There were several cars stuck on a kind of a turning ramp for a while that we could see CDOT and State Patrol was trying to help them get out of there. But that's probably the trickiest part about the highway right now, at least from what we're seeing, is that it's trying to exit off. If once you get on, and trying to get back off is very difficult. We saw that when we were stuck. I know, Alex, you know this, but we were stuck on I-70 westbound right before the Morrison exit for probably about 45 minutes, and that's when the biggest deal was, is that we couldn't get off because a lot of people were getting stuck on that exit ramp.
So, you know, Courtney, I know one of the things when you're talking about Colorado, the cars out here come in all shapes and sizes. People move into Colorado from all over the country. Can you talk a little bit about the car selection that you've seen out on the road? Because I know that our crews here at Fox 31 Now have seen a lot of sedans out on the road that are getting stuck. So what kind of cars are you seeing, and what kind of situation are folks getting in out there on the roads?
Yeah, it's been a vast variety of cars. A lot of Jeeps, which tend to be a little bit better in the snow. And you know that we're in the Pinpoint Weather Beast right now, so we're kind of equipped for this type of driving.
Oh,
but
you
we
guys are
have
a
seen
tank.
several sedans. I know, we're just cruising, but we've seen a lot of sedans, and those are the cars that we've seen driving a little bit slower with their hazards on, taking a little bit slower pace. So the other thing I should point out too is that these roads actually look really plowed. I'll also turn around so you can kind of see it. Doesn't mean they're still not dangerous, and our visibility just got really bad. So hold on, give us 1 second. But the sedans it's the left lanes that are tending to be more plowed, and the worry is these sedans are driving in the right lane because they're going so much slower, and that's where they're getting stuck. So that's kind of a big issue that we're seeing on the roads. But yeah, a lot of sedans, surprisingly, but also a lot of trucks and a lot of Jeeps that people that obviously know when you move here, you're coming to Colorado, it's a great place to be, but you got to have a car that can make it through this, because otherwise you're just going to be miserable on days like this. Even though I know a storm like this is rare, but still, we see snow here in Colorado.
So, Courtney, I just want to ask you guys, what is in store for you now? I mean, where do you plan on headed? Because we know there are basically road closures up and down the state, folks. We're talking I-70 from Bennett out to Lyman, I-70 westbound and eastbound from Floyd Hill out to Idaho Springs. I think it's even shut down in Morrison as well. So there's not a lot of places to go on the major highways. Courtney, where are you guys heading next? Give us an idea of what you're doing for the rest of your evening.
So, yeah, we got stuck on that I-70 exit at Morrison because that's right when they closed it down, and we actually are heading on I-70 East, and we keep seeing CDOT signs that say turn around, closure at Air Park. So we're not going much further east as of right now. We were actually just talking about heading closer into the city and just seeing what those side roads look like as well, just because, like you said, there are a lot of closures on these main interstates and highways. But yeah, we're planning, we'll be on I-70 for a bit. We were going to jump on I-25, but I made the suggestion just a little too late. We were already past the exit. But we are going to head into the main areas as well, kind of the smaller roads, because I know, Alex, you probably too, when you're driving into work today, those roads were just as bad, and people kind of stuck in their parking spots or stuck in the side streets. Just also a mess as well.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Courtney, I didn't even commute into work today. I stayed in a hotel next to the station, so my commute was just a walk in the blizzard. Because my Honda Accord, I know it. It's not going to cut it sometimes on some of these roads, even if the commute is relatively short. One last question for you, Courtney. Can you tell, you're going to be out on the roads. We can catch you on Fox 31 at 5 o'clock as well. But yeah, just I looking at it's not really a question, just a lot of folks are chiming in on Facebook and hoping that you guys are driving safe. Again, Courtney is sitting shotgun, really, kind of shotgunning back in the Pinpoint Weather Beast. Yeah, there she is. She's wearing a mask because, she's got somebody.
I'm here.
She's there. You have somebody driving in the Beast. Who's driving for you today, Courtney?
Mm-hmm. I've got photojournalist Sean with me. He's taking control of the roads and doing an awesome job.
I just want to say, please let Sean know that we're wishing him good luck, because I know being in the Beast, it is a tank, but it is also not the best thing to just be perpetually driving through these conditions. It can be a little nerving sometimes. So please drive safe. To both of you guys, Courtney Fromm, live for us going east on I-70. I'm going to go ahead and hang up, Courtney, and let you go, and hope that you guys, again, have a good rest of your day, and we will certainly tune back into them on Fox 31 Now. So we're going to be streaming on Fox 31 Now, this new digital-based show that you can watch on our website, on our app, or on Facebook Live. We're going to be doing these broadcasts for you right up until 5 o'clock. That's when Fox 31 starts, so you're stuck with me for another 35 minutes or so. And then we are going to go ahead and broadcast Fox 31 Now at 6 o'clock tonight and also at 8 o'clock tonight. So basically, if you want to, you can watch us, you can watch Channel 2, you can watch Fox 31. You're going to get nonstop snow coverage out of us, because I believe I said this yesterday, but this is essentially the Super Bowl for us news folks. You're taking a live look at outside of the Denver metro area. If you squint, you can kind of see the Colorado Capitol. So we are in full-blown blizzard mode, folks, right now, and it is certainly a wild one. I just want to take a moment to hit a couple of the talking points and some of the headlines that we have accumulated over the course of the day that we're learning. We've got some school closures to inform you about. Denver Public Schools tomorrow, they're going for a traditional snow day. So they're not going to be doing the whole learn and remote thing. They're going to give the kids a break, let them play in the snow, which they probably should. I mean, let's be real. Unless you're out on the roads today, you should be enjoying the snow, or at least enjoying us, go through the snow from the comfort of your home. So Denver Public Schools, snow day tomorrow. Cherry Creek School District, they're on their spring break right now, but in terms of those early childhood learning facilities and anything else that is in the realm of Cherry Creek Schools, that's going to be shut down tomorrow. So No school across the board for Cherry Creek schools. My understanding is Jefferson County Public Schools, they are going to be full remote tomorrow as well. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bring you folks a couple of moments that we have brought up throughout the course of the day from our crews in the field. So if you just bear with me real quick, I should be able to get that up and running for you. Let's see here. We have our crews all over the Denver metro area. Let's see, we've got a couple of different folks spread out. Okay, we're going to hope to hear from Amy Lewis later this evening, but the thing is, I'm going to show you some video right now. Amy Lewis is currently heading up to Fort Collins. Fort Collins in northern Colorado is certainly one of those areas we are expecting major snow totals, but that is some video from Amy of just how whiteout conditions there are heading up I-25. Our understanding is that I-25 northbound, close to the Wyoming border, shut down in both directions. And if you folks know from driving in Colorado, that area gets incredibly windy and incredibly dangerous around this time. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bring up Kim Posey in just a second. She has been unfortunately stuck in traffic, so I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get a hold of her real quick. So I'm going to mute myself, and I will be right back. Kim Posey, you still stuck in traffic?
I am not, my friend.
Oh, good for you. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna take you then. I gotta get back to it. But drive safe, okay, Kim? All right, folks. I just got off the phone with Kim Posey. She just gave me a triumphant woot because she is no longer stuck in traffic. Kim has been up by Idaho Springs for the better part of a couple hours and has been working since this morning, so I'm glad. Let's see. We've got any crews near Castle Rock you can check on from Todd. I do believe that Gabrielle Franklin is in that area of Castle Rock or in Douglas County. She might be in Highlands Ranch. So, Todd, I'm going to do my best and see if I can wrangle her in for a shot. Eric saying that my Honda Civic won't do it either. It's a popular car, but I mean, listen, I'm a transplant. I moved here with my wife about 3 years ago from North Carolina. She's the one with the Subaru, but I'm going to ride that Honda Civic until the wheels fall off, essentially. So yeah, Honda Civic's not doing so well with the storm today. Oh, hold on a second. And now my buttons are frozen, so I'm just going to talk to you guys in the meantime. There we go. Okay. So let's see if we can get some other perspective from our field crews while I try to see if I can get in touch with Gabrielle real quick. Let's see, what are some of the other good moments that we have seen throughout the course of the day here? Amy Lewis, again, I mean, you saw that video that I had of her earlier. And real quick, hey, Gabrielle, are you guys in a position where you could get a shot up for us?
Yes, it'll take about, how long do you think it'll take to get a shot up? About 10 minutes.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you guys in about 10 if you don't mind. Okay, so we're going to get that report, Todd, from Gabrielle. Gabrielle, I'm just going to keep you on the phone here and just keep that conversation rolling. Again, if you guys are tuning into Fox 31 Now, I am just trying to plug in all the controls over here, and so I'm playing the role of the anchor, the producer, the director, and I'm trying to bring you guys this stuff in real time. Give you a real peek behind the curtain of how we do things sometimes in TV news. Civic isn't too bad, says Jason, in the snow. Front-wheel drive is great if you have manual transmission. Good tips. But you want to see some transition through the snow. This was Amy Lewis took this video on her way north to Fort Collins. That's I-25. And really, I think the moral of this story that you see right here on your screen is it is not necessarily easy to stay on those right sides or the left sides of the roads. Those shoulders can really build up fast. Got to give you folks another live look from the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast with Courtney Fromm while I do a little bit of juggling over here. You know, and Courtney, we just heard from not too long ago, says visibility has just been down all day. I'm going to go ahead and punch up a quick shot from Jim Hooley. Jim Hooley has been over in Boulder for the better part of all weekend. And so I'm telling you folks, the weekend's only been 2 days. It feels like 3 or 4 for us here at Fox 31 because we have been going since the crack of dawn, and we pretty much give you live news coverage until midnight, whether you're watching on Fox 31 Now, on Fox 31, or on Channel 2 as well. So those are the streets in Boulder, Colorado as of an hour ago, and we know that snow continues to dump all across the metro, and so Jim Hooley up for us in Boulder there. The more I take this camera and this shot of downtown Denver, the more you can kind of see visibility is becoming an issue, and that's why there is an active blizzard warning up and down the Front Range across Colorado. Speaking of sedans, I got a good shot here from Rachel Skida, who was down in downtown Denver. This is probably a pretty familiar scene for a lot of folks over the course of the day, trying to push out Priuses or anything, you name it. So moral of the story, folks, stay off the roads if you don't have to be on them. Here's another look at the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast as I continue to try to take you through some of the shots earlier today. This one is this is a fun one from Rachel. I want to show you this one just because we all know these kind of folks, and I'm going to bring up the volume here so you folks can hear it. But this is something else. So stand by real quick. We'll get this going.
Time for me.
It's summertime for you?
Yeah. 3 years I spent in Alaska. It's colder there than here. I'm warm-blooded. Summertime.
Did you hear that? He is warm-blooded. That is something else right there. I know we all know those folks in Colorado who will rock shorts, but it's just something else to kind of see it. That guy right there in downtown Denver who is rocking shorts and also just having the time of his life. He's like, hey, I'm from Alaska. I mean, this is nothing. This is just, you know that moment in Groundhog Day? It's like, it's just a couple of flakes. And so we certainly have some of those characters here in Colorado. Love to see that. Let me check in because I know, Thomas, you said earlier that you were looking for something around the Castle Rock area. Gabrielle, if you can hear me, are you guys in Castle Rock or are you in Douglas County?
Hey, Alex, we're in Aurora.
Oh, you're in Aurora. Okay. Our crews are moving all over the place. We're trying to make sure that we are going to... Let's see here. I'm just checking on our updates right now. We are always just trying to make sure that we are bringing folks the latest and the different impact areas across the state. So sorry for a little bit of false advertising there, but Gabrielle was heading down to the south side of the metro, but is now heading over to the Smoky Hill area in Aurora. Again, she is working to get up a shot. Any update, Gabrielle, as to when you could get that shot up for us? Stand by, folks. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on cycling through a couple of these different shots that we got here. Let's see. Let's see if we got some more snow moments over here from our crews that are spread across Colorado today. Oh, this is a great one from Courtney Fromm. This is okay. I'm gonna have to mute the audio for that because it is blizzarding where her family's at. But take a look at this one right here on your screen. This is some of Courtney's family busting out the ATVs earlier today. We do a lot of coverage about the roads out here, and for folks who decided to drive somewhere today, pretty miserable for them. So we like to try to even it out and show you some of the highlights of folks having fun out in the snow today. So that's Courtney Fromm's family just taking the dog and the ATV out for a spin. So we certainly appreciate and enjoy that kind of a moment. Let me see if I can find some other good videos to show you folks, you know, what we have been doing throughout the course of the day. Oh, this is easily my favorite that I've seen so far today. So let me go ahead and punch that right up. This is up in Estes Park. Matt Morrow captured this one earlier today. Estes Park, one of those areas in the state where we're expecting to see some pretty major snow totals. But as I've been saying on Fox 31, who needs four-wheel drive when you got four-paw drive? Am I right? So if that's your thing right there and you're taking the dogs out for a walk while you're cross-country skiing, send that stuff to us. We want to air it because we're always looking for a little bit of positive on a day like today where it's pretty brutal outside. Take a live look at the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast right now. I mean, the visibility is barely even there at this point. So that is certainly really rough. Here's another shot. Jim Hooley, I'm telling you, if you guys were tuning into Fox 31 Now yesterday, whether it was on the app or on our website or on Facebook Live, Jim Hooley gets the best moments. I'm telling you. This guy doing Borden down Boulder over there. So he's just, people are finding different ways to get around. I think those things have the big wheel in the middle, so you could probably crush through a little bit of snow in those circumstances. But yeah, that's definitely something right there. I'm going to go ahead and just show you a little bit of video that we've accumulated over the course of the day. That's earlier in Estes Park today. Matt Morrow had that shot earlier. He was staying at the Stanley Hotel on one of the ghost floors. You know, basically whiteout conditions from when you opened your eyes and woke up this morning until until now, and it's probably going to be whiteout until the sun sets. Sun's probably setting, let's see, around 7 o'clock tonight, so we still got a couple more hours worth of daylight. I'm going to go ahead and continue to talk to Gabrielle real quick, see if we can give you folks an update from Aurora. All right, folks, so I just checked in with Gabrielle. We're going to have her in 2 minutes. Again, she is, you know, over in Aurora, so that is going to be coming up real soon. Let's see here. Just going to get her, we call it a super in the news business. That's our lower third. Again, I'm doing all the graphics over here and trying to bring you all the video that I can. Check out this time-lapse from Kevin Torres. He shot that last night in Fort Collins, and you can literally see the accumulation stack up right as the sun started to set. Of course, this footage from last night down in Castle Rock, you had cars kind of sliding off the road over there. Nicole Fierro taking that video for us as well. I'm going to go ahead and take this full real quick so I can see if I can punch up Gabrielle Franklin for you guys. Stand by. I'm just looking for her. And Gabrielle, can you confirm that you're DJ9 for us? Yeah, are you guys on DJ9?
I believe we're on DJ7.
Okay, fun times. I'm going to see DJ7. See, this is, okay, I see the whiteout conditions that you guys are dealing with. So, yeah, just let me know. If you don't mind getting out in front of that camera, give me a thumbs up. I'll know it's good to take you. In the meantime, you know, folks, okay, so you're looking at a time-lapse yesterday from DIA. Those roads certainly piling up and getting a lot of snow over the course of the day there at DIA as well. Want to go ahead and see if I can give you folks a live look over And you know what? Scratch that. We're flying by the seat of our pants here at Fox 31. That's pretty much the only way to do it when you're trying to do live news by yourself throughout the course of the day. Let's see, Arvada Police. This is an interesting one out of Arvada, and here's another thing I want to keep you folks informed on. Okay, actually, you know what? Before we get to Arvada, let's go ahead and Gabrielle, you got me?
Yeah, I've got you. Can you hear me, Alex?
Oh, I got you loud and clear. All right, you are live right now on Fox 31 Now. Gabrielle Franklin, braving the elements out in Aurora. Gabrielle, where exactly are you in the city?
We are in Aurora, just off of Smoky Hill Road.
Okay, gotcha.
So, as you...
Yeah, what are the conditions like over there? I mean, we can kind of see, but paint a picture for us.
Right. So, Alex, you know me pretty well. You know I normally don't wear glasses. And because the wind out here is so strong, the wind combined with the snow that's still coming down pretty steadily, you need some extra protection for your face if you're going to be out here. But thankfully, seemingly most people sort of heeded the words of all of our local officials who've been telling people to stay home. We did see a few people off of I-25 that did have a few slide outs, maybe about 3 or 4 we counted. But for the most part, it seems like everyone's being safe and everyone is staying home. It's been pretty quiet out here.
So, you were mentioning some of the slide outs, and we have been telling folks about the conditions on Fox 31 Now since 1 o'clock, and I can really hear that wind. I feel cold just watching you over there, Gabrielle. What was your drive over to Aurora like? Tell me a little bit about that.
You know what, Alex? Leaving Denver, it was very rocky. It was very, not only slushy on the roads, but you could tell it was sort of starting to harden a little bit.
Yeah.
So our car, it was a little bit slippery getting here, but it seems like the further we got and the closer we got to Aurora, it was a little bit better.
Wonderful. Gabrielle Franklin over in Aurora now. And so, I know that Aurora police have certainly been active on Twitter this afternoon saying, please stay off the road, folks, because they're even seeing some traffic lights that are freezing over. You can't even tell if it's green or red, let alone the conditions. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing for the rest of your evening as you prepare for another newscast at 5 o'clock on Fox 31.
Yeah, so we're just trying to stay safe right now, too. Right now we're pulled over, so that's good. But definitely, I think you bring up an excellent point about the traffic lights. A lot of them, because the visibility is so low right now, it is hard to tell whether a light is green or red or yellow, and even if some are on or not. So for the rest of the night, we'll be driving around as safely as we can. If things get too bad, though, we'll pull over and bring you the news from the safest location possible.
Well, we really appreciate that, and of course, safety is the number one priority. Gabrielle is our fantastic political reporter here at Fox 31 and Fox 31 Now. I'm curious, Gabrielle, have you gotten any sense that this snowstorm may impact what's going on with lawmakers next week? I mean, are they taking a break right now? Just if you could give us an update on how this could impact lawmakers.
That's an excellent question, Alex. We do know today that the House and the Senate have called off session for Monday. So they will not be meeting Monday. No word on Tuesday yet. I believe they're just playing it by ear. But as of now, both chambers will not be meeting on Monday.
Gotcha. Probably. I know that we have dealt with that a lot here in Colorado. When there's a blizzard, you have lawmakers who have to come from all different points of the state right to Denver.
Right.
That's a pretty long commute, and not a commute that I would like to have in the middle of a snowstorm and 3 feet of snow. Gabrielle,
not the safest commute right now.
Yes, exactly. Gabrielle, you look cold, and so I'm going to go ahead and let you go and let you warm up a little bit before 5 o'clock. But thank you so much for the update. And again, you and you photographers, stay safe. Glad to see that there are at least some plows out there on your side of Aurora. Again, Gabrielle Franklin going live for us in Aurora today. Gabrielle, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can punch up the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast because, goodness gracious, it looks really bad right now. I just got a text from Courtney Fromm in there, and she was saying that the conditions were real bad. So I'm going to go ahead and give her a call and hopefully we can get an update from her. It doesn't even look like they're moving right now in the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast. So, Courtney, I know that you can hear me now. If you don't mind plugging into IFB, we would love to. And do you have your mic on? Okay, wonderful. I just got to remember which router I put you in, so stand by real quick. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Real bad out here right
Okay, yeah, Courtney, you are live right now on FOX31 Now. Courtney, where exactly are you guys?
Okay, so we're on I-70 eastbound still. We're just a little bit west of 470 right now. And you can see right ahead of us, that's why I texted you, Alex. I said things have gotten significantly worse in the last 5 or so minutes. Obviously, someone right ahead of us is stuck. They're facing towards us while we're supposed to be heading east. There's 2 cars up there. People out there that motioned at us to ask to stop and not keep coming forward because it looks like they're trying to pull this small sedan out of the bank right here. Now, on our right side, we have a snow plow, like a snow truck plow. We're kind of blocking the highway here while these people try to get this car out of the snow. But you can see the truck spinning out, trying to pull that car out right now. But the visibility right now has significantly dropped. It is whiteout conditions. You can't even hardly see those cars. It's gotten very, very dangerous out here on I-70 East. I
mean, I got to tell you, Courtney, just within the past, 2 minutes that we've been taking up your shot, I am squinting to try to see those headlights. So, again, just to reiterate, you're saying that car, yep. Okay, it seems like it's finally turning around. Are they getting some help over there? Because that was pointing towards you in the eastbound lane of I-70, and so that must have been a full spin out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems so. You can hardly see these cars. It's so crazy. And the other crazy thing too, Alex, is that the visibility is so low right now. Probably about 10 minutes ago, maybe now, we were driving and a truck was coming towards us in the eastbound lanes. He was driving on the wrong side of the interstate. Obviously, I imagine he just couldn't see where he was going, but definitely very, very scary out here. This is no joke, and people should not be out here driving at all. I don't care what kind of car you have. Luckily, we're equipped here in the Pinpoint Weather Beast, and we're taking things slow and safe so we can keep everybody informed. But people need to stay home. This is no joke.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope that you guys stay safe, and of course we're going to keep tabs on you, Courtney. You got a semi truck right behind you, and it's pretty much a standstill there on I-70 eastbound. Courtney, I'm going to go ahead and let you go just because I've got Amy Lewis standing by for us right now. Let's see here. I'm going to get in touch with her real quick. There we go. And Amy, if you can hear me right now, I'm about to go ahead and take up your shot. But we were just talking to Courtney Fromm, who was dealing with whiteout conditions on I-70. Okay, Amy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Alex.
All right, Amy, you are live right now on FOX31 Now. You're up in Fort Collins, correct? Give me an idea of what your commute was like on I-25.
So, Alex, we left Denver around 2:30 with the goal of making it to Fort Collins, but we're actually in Frederick right now because it has been quite the journey just to get to where we are right now. Once we were in the area of Erie, it just became whiteout conditions traveling on I-25 North. I mean, you really couldn't even see the windshield, or the front of the car, rather. So we had to pull over and make the smart decision, and we are standing near a come and go here. As you can see, it's just these winds that are making, the conditions just so awful right now. It is relentless. It just keeps coming. I'm going to see if you can take a look at this flag here at the Ford dealership. It just for the past hour.
Oh, wow.
Just been sticking straight out. Yeah, really, it just has not stopped at all. The Ford dealership, about 100 yards here, you can see it right now, but there's times that you just couldn't see anything here behind me. Alex, if you have a second, I want to tell you a story about 25. Do you have another minute for me?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Amy, we actually pulled up some of your video as you were making the trip north. I saw that there was that pickup truck that was spinning out on the right side of the road. So tell us a little bit about what you've seen on your journey north on I-25, only making it to Frederick because conditions are that bad, folks.
Yeah, that's the story I want to talk to you about. So we got on I-25 north on Spear, and we actually weren't able to get on the highway because the on-ramps were plowed in. So plow trucks obviously trying to do their job of keeping the highways clear, but they plowed in those on-ramps. So cars had to actually back up and get back to where they were on. A large pickup truck was able to make it through that snowbank, and so we took advantage of that, and that's how we got on the highway. But if it wasn't for that large pickup truck, we probably wouldn't have even made it to Frederick, Alex.
Oh my goodness. I got to tell you, Amy, and I'm just going to go ahead because I have that video, so I'm going to see if I can punch it up for folks real quick. Again, you're looking at what Amy was just talking about right there on your screen. The sides of the roads right now are so bad, the snow is accumulating so much that even a pickup truck is getting stuck out there, and so certainly something to see. Amy, you know, I know that you guys got to get ready for Fox 31 at 5 o'clock, but could you tell folks what you have in store for the rest of your evening?
Yeah, well, it's going to be quite a journey if we do make it up to Fort Collins, but right now we're just planning here. We're going to see if this wind just lets up at all. I mean, just talking to you right now, I have to really get myself planted in this snow because it's just so powerful. I really have not experienced winds like this. You know, I came here from Pennsylvania, and I'm really getting the true Colorado experience here today.
Welcome to Colorado, Amy Lewis. We stick you out in a snowstorm. I mean, this is basically like the Fox 31 initiation. I had to go through it. Everybody does. Everybody has to stand outside in the cold like a popsicle. You can kind of see, folks, the snow's kind of sticking to her eyelashes there. So, Amy, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I want to make sure that you guys get inside and get warm a little bit and regroup ahead of Fox 31 at 5 o'clock. So please stay warm out there, Amy. Again, that is Amy Lewis for
Thanks,
us
Alex.
up in Frederick, Colorado. Thank you so much. So again, we're going to give you a look right now from the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast, where we just got a report from Courtney Fromm, and you can see that wind blowing, folks. I mean, that is brutal. And, you know, the folks over in the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast are certainly... Gotcha. Okay. So let's see here. Getting some updates over here, so sorry about that, folks. But yeah, no, the snow outside of the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast, I mean, absolutely brutal right now, and you can see live right now some cars are definitely stuck, spinning out over there, and she's far enough east on I-70 where you can kind of see she's near that E470 exit right over there. And so certainly something to keep an eye on. You know, I apologize because earlier, and again, I'm trying to do a bunch of different things over here in the Fox 31 Now streaming studio. I misspelled Frederick. I needed an E in there, so I apologize for that, folks, trying to handle a couple of different things. But again, just tremendous weather, a massive snowstorm that we're seeing in Colorado. We declared a pinpoint weather alert day yesterday. And it was really a slow build. A lot of folks were commenting on our Facebook page and Facebook Live and on Fox 31 Now saying that, you know, where's the snow? Well, here it is, and this build is going to continue into tonight, and we're going to have full team coverage throughout the rest of this evening and tonight. So I can tell you where you can watch that. Fox 31 is going to air at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be back here on Fox 31 Now at 6 o'clock tonight, so you can watch that at kdvr.com on the Fox 31 app or also on our Facebook page. Let me see if I can get to a couple of your comments, folks, because I know I've been trying to get in touch with our field crews, making sure that they're good, making sure that we're checking in with them and giving you guys the sights and sounds of this snowstorm across Colorado as well. You know, Penny was asking earlier when we had Gabrielle on how 225 was. You know, I know that when we spoke with Dave Frazier earlier in the hour that traffic map that we had across the metro, and Courtney's getting ready for Fox 31 at 5, so I'm going to go ahead and take her down. That traffic map that we had with Dave Frazier at the top of this hour, it was orange pretty much all around the metro. And I do know that when we're talking about Aurora, those are some of the areas where we're seeing really, really heavy snow right now. So again, at the end of the day, if you don't have to be on the roads, just avoid it altogether, because that is certainly something that we are keeping an eye on. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get, let's see here. Going to see if I can continue to get some video from our crews in the field as we wrap up this hour on Fox 31 Now. Let's see. All right, we have Fox 31's Rachel Skida right now is going around the Denver metro area. She says that one was the plows are busy. The plows are very busy right now in the area of Lincoln and Alameda on the south side of town. So there you go, Rachel Skida with a shot right there. Going to go back to Courtney and the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast so you can get an idea of that area right near E470. Oh, goodness, I got some video from Shaw Turner as she travels north on I-25. Oh, and you know what? We got some breaking news, folks, that I just got in on my phone. Elbert County, all roads closed now. There is a state of emergency declared right now. Breaking news out of Elbert County. So I'm going to go ahead... Alrighty here. All right, so again, if you're joining us on Fox 31 Now, we are just getting word that there is a state of emergency declared in Elbert County. All roads are closed there right now, so that is really going to give you an idea of the deterioration of some of these roads. I wanted to make sure that we were bringing you that breaking news. I mean, I just got it on my phone, so that's about as close as it gets, and it looks like there are a couple people stranded right now. Let's see. And I'm getting some more breaking news for you folks. All airlines have ceased operations at DIA for the rest of the day as well. If someone's still traveling to DIA, they recommend RTD A-Line. Because Pena Boulevard right now is impassable. You can see from the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast, I mean, they're not on Pena Boulevard right now, but they're right near DIA and E470 where all those cars are. So you can imagine if that's what the scene looks like right now in Pena Boulevard. So again, not that anybody's expecting to fly out of DIA over the course of today if you woke up this morning and saw the conditions, but goodness gracious, just in the past, in the past bit, we're getting a lot of breaking news again, as you can see on the banner on your screen. State of emergency called in Elbert County. All roads closed over there. Shaw Turner was traveling north on I-25 earlier today along County Line Road and saw all of these spin-offs that are happening. Just take a look at how deep that snow is over there. And so that is just something else to see. Again, Shaw Turner bringing us that video going north on I-25 not too long ago. I'm going to go ahead and just take this shot, and certainly in the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast, you're going to be able to get through a lot of different conditions. I'm sure that they're just kind of sitting there to make sure that these folks are okay, but also to provide us that shot as just kind of a lesson that, these are the conditions that you can bump into if you decide to take a drive out on the road today, folks. You just saw that hand pop in there. They're making sure that their windshields aren't clogging up with ice right now, live at the Stevenson Pinpoint Weather Beast. So yeah, there's Sean, our photographer, who is driving the Beast, and he is just doing a little bit of maintenance there and making sure that we are not icing up there. And so let me see if I can get you a couple more. Well, you know what? We are actually up against it right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just say, thank you so much for tuning into Fox 31 Now. We're going to go ahead and let you folks tune into Fox 31 at 5 o'clock right now, live on your TV, and you're going to see the rest of these crews continue to deliver updates on the snowstorm in Colorado. To recap real quick, We just learned that there are no more flights coming out of DIA, and so do not travel on Pena Boulevard. If you can, there's a state of emergency right now in Elbert County. All roads are closed there right now. So again, you can tune into Fox 31 right now on your TV, and I will see you back here on Fox 31 Now at 6 o'clock.